Alright, let's talk about the quantum love formula. Now you can see it, I have put it here on the dry erase board, and it consists of some values here. This value is the earth love value, represented by this little earth. Obviously I'm not much of an artist and I'm not a mathematician either, so keep that in mind. Now this value here is the conscious application of love, represented by this little smiley face with the hearts above it. And this value down here is the suffering value, which is represented by this little sad face with the rain cloud above it. Now, these values in this formula equal the total love value. So now let's talk a little further about the specific parts of the formula. Now the earth love value is naturally about 1. Now this is the minimum value for life and love to naturally be sustained. Now, because the earth is necessary for our survival, that necessitates a certain amount of love for the earth. Now, pollution and harmful environmental practices lower this value, but the earth naturally tries to maintain this value at 1. Humans are currently pushing this value below 1. Now, if it falls to a value that the earth cannot balance back to 1, life will only be able to be sustained artificially. So we should do our best to prevent that from happening. We don't want this to be less than 1. Now, this other value over here, the conscious application of love, you see this little smiley face, and this person's consciously thinking about love and applying it in their life, etc., etc. Now, this value is potentially unlimited, and it naturally affects these other values. Increasing the conscious application of love naturally affects the other values, because if you consciously apply your love to the earth, well, that will help to prevent this value from dropping below 1, and it might even help to raise the value above 1. But that's going to take some serious effort, so let's get cracking. Now, the conscious application of love also helps to reduce the value of suffering. Now, the value of suffering can never be 0, because there's always some kind of suffering, people falling down and breaking bones or having accidents or whatever. So it can't be 0, but it can be very, very low, some sort of decimal point, but never 0. So, and the conscious application of love helps to reduce this value lower and lower. So this value naturally affects these other values, which naturally affect the total love value. So the more love applied, the better the earth love value will be, and the lower the suffering value will be, and therefore the higher the total love value will be. So let's get at it. Okay, so the values we have: the earth love value, which is naturally 1, multiplied by the conscious application of love, divided by the suffering value, which can never be 0, is equal to the total love value.